Nonsense, and on Speech and Democracy by G.C. And there is a lot of nonsense in the world and in the mainstream engineering establishment. It can be very difficult, if not seemingly impossible, to get a word in edgewise with many people. There is a major issue of having a limited range of discourse in politics, choice-making affairs, etc. On Government and Gerontocracy. A gerontocracy would likely be a better form of government, and it seems that the young are all too eager to exacerbate issues with government and democracy in a myriad of ways. Here are some ways. They look young and clean, demonstrating charisma, charm, popularity, and its attendant superficialities, and deception over authenticity, candor and verbose and unpalatable or unpopular speech or discussions. They have more energy and are all the more likely to use it sloppily, dangerously, or unwisely. They have less experience and knowledge and wisdom, leading to worse outcomes. They might even seem less formidable or intimidating to adversaries or peers. In democracy, and this is often overlooked, there is a major mechanical issue, and that is of the mechanics of increasing the degree of new ideas put out there. There is a misconception that this automatically happens, even in a free democracy. At its root, this is a struggle of interpersonal relations, and only happens to the extent that this is not stifled or made more difficult by social and individual barriers. The young are worse at improving this, the old are better at improving this. The majority of ideas are impeded from public discourse by old social obstructionism or lack of individual strength. If someone might want to suggest an idea, the mainstream conversation impedes individuals from feeling empowered to express their thoughts or feel like a member of the current discourse. Current discourse is being used here in a very general sense. People who stutter or stammer, and this happens to many people, a large portion of people to varying degrees, actually would be the force that could push through this and lead to a broader discussion. Usually the vital elements are omitted. The things that should be talked about don't get talked about. In actual fact, the general conversation is less than 1% of the conversation that should happen. People who stutter either have a disability to varying degrees, or are trying to break the mold here and open the conversation, and, of course, naturally, they will not be able to conceive of their ideas being reciprocated, hence mandating a stutter if it's not present due to a disability of some kind. Even disabled people not having to seem polished, in many ways are more potent for discourse than a gleaming figure who doesn't try to fight to get ideas, new or old, heard.